Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jennifer Jefferies, the present-day wise woman, a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This podcast is for those who are wanting to really rock their lives and health and live from a place of prevention. Let's get into today's episode. Imagine if you could increase your lifespan, increase your happies in your brain, lower your stress, improve your resistance to common ailments, increase your overall physiological and kind of psychological well-being, improve your self-esteem and self-confidence, and at the same time, increase your cardiovascular system health and reduce the risk of death from heart disease, as well as just be able to deal with, kind of develop those coping skills during the really hard times of stress. So just even thinking about 2020, how did you deal with it? Imagine you could have dealt with it differently. Think about it. How would you feel if all of that was in place? Just dealing with life better, feeling on top of the world better, thinking, producing, being in life, stronger, fitter, healthier, all those kind of things. How would you feel? I ask because today I want to talk about the 4 most powerful words that I see are out there. And they are, I can do that. And you go, really, Jen? That's it? I can do that, can help with help preventing heart disease. I can do that, can help turn my happies on. I can do that, can help me not going into overwhelm. All those things. Yeah, it actually can. So just let me explain. This is a real quickie today, but I promise this is something I implemented into my life. And I've talked in previous episodes about mindset and being positive and all those things, but this is just another level. And I actually have a note on my computer that says I can do that. And it's there to remind me all the time that I can do that. So first, I actually want to play a game. Well, a little experiment. I want you to stand up. Now, if you're driving, you're not going to stand up, but I want you to sit up straight in the car. So if you're in a room listening to this or something, I want you to stand up. Okay. Or if you're in a car, sit up straight. Now, for those of you who are thinking, yeah, Jen, I'm not going to do that. Well, how you do one thing's how you do everything. So maybe that's why you're not getting what you want in life, because when someone gives you a suggestion or something that could help change your life, you don't. So if you're playing that game, I get it. I was a rebel for bloody forever until I realized it wasn't working for me. Just stand up. No one's looking. And if they are looking, say, be with you in a moment. This is really important to my sanity. Okay. Now you're either sitting up or you're standing up straight. And I promise this is worth it. Now I want you to say out loud, I can do that. I can do that. And I want you to do it in an octave. I don't know all that stuff, that music stuff, but I want you to do it a little bit deeper. I want you to say, I can do that. Not, I can do that. I can do that. Now, what happens, or how does that feel in your body first? Let's go there. How does that feel when you're standing or you're sitting up straight and you're saying to yourself, and the same with the standing, guys, it's not just like stand there and slouch your shoulders. Stand tall. Stand tall. I can do that. How does that feel physically in your body? Now, what I found is it absolutely changes my physiology. And I feel like I can do that. I really do. And lowering your voice, and that's something I learned in the army, lowering your voice grounds you in your confidence. So when we're taught, how to train soldiers and that kind of stuff, you yell when you're running a class, but you drop it down deeper in you. And when you do, it comes out more certain and more powerful. And it's not hippie woo-woo, I promise. It is science. I found this a big turning point for me. And I'd learned to speak lower in my army days, which is like 42 years later tomorrow. That's crazy. And what I know when I learned in the last 10 years, the power of using the words, I can do that, just took my life to another level. And I just share with you guys the stuff that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis to have me with my life rocking in a way that really works for me instead of against me. So, this is just something you can choose to do or not do. I have no expectations either way, but I know when I tried it on, and it was uncomfortable first, but I know how it's worked for me. And it comes with practicing. So we've got to create these new kind of patterns in our life Because the old default might be when someone says to you, hey, can you do this? You go, oh, but I've got to do this and this and this and this. Or no, I don't think I can, because, you know, your brain goes, well, I couldn't do that perfectly yet, so why would I say yes? What I've learned, this is all part of my living a life of yes. What has happened over time is that I've said this often enough that it's now become my default. When someone says if I can do something for them, I go, I can do that. And my voice naturally drops. I stand tall, and it's got a physiological, well, stand or sit, but it's got a physiological change in my body. And I've brought it into being a new habit that works for me. What I have found is that it actually brings certainty that I can then live into it. So even if I'm not certain yet that I can do that, whatever that is, it's brought certainty to me that I know I can live into doing that. And what I know in life is that certainty is sexy, and certainty raises your self-confidence and your self-esteem faster than anything. Now, in all the previous kind of episodes, I've talked about the fact that when our body is in that positive kind of groove, that positive flow, it lowers inflammation, it lowers acidity, it lowers all those things that put us outside the alkaline corridor. And it's when we're outside the alkaline corridor, we manifest all those things that I was talking about right when I started this call today. So if you don't want to do those things, you've got to be doing things on a day-to-day basis that bring you back inside the corridor. And this is one of the things that I consciously created a habit with and lived into over the last, well, using the 4 words, I can do that. That's been in the last 10 years, okay? But the whole way of being, standing tall, using my voice lower and that kind of stuff, that's been, you know, a way with me for 30 years. I know the benefit of doing this. I actually feel it in my body, and I know you will too. I ask you to trust me with this one. So the healthy life hack for today is try it on. Commit to finding one situation per day when you can respond to a request or a question with, I can do that. Now, the way you're going to do it is where I've talked about before in breaking, you know, negative responses to things is, you know, you might feel yourself going to say, oh, but, or whatever. Take a breath. Whew. Ground yourself. And this happens in a split second, but take a breath, ground yourself, speak that little bit lower and go, I can do that. Now, if you commit to doing that just once a day to one thing, it might be the kids going, Mom, can you help me with homework? It might be, and your normal thing is, yeah, when I finish doing this, say, I can do that. I'll be with you in 3 minutes, or I'll be with you in half an hour, whatever it is. But start with, I can do that, and then live into it. I promise you, I have used this for years and it works. Like I said before, it was uncomfortable to start with, but it has had a dynamic change physically and emotionally and with my confidence in me. That's why I share it today. So if you want to get the show notes, head over to healthylifehacks.com.au. And in the next episode, I will be talking all things self-love with the queen of self-love, and that is the gorgeous Kim Morrison. So make sure you tune in for that one. I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed my podcast, please let me know by leaving a review where you're listening in from. Every month, I draw one lucky person who leaves a review to have a free 1-hour consultation with me. If you would like to receive a free copy of my Feed Your Body ebook, simply click the link in the comments below and join my newsletter, and we will get that free ebook sent to you. I welcome your emails, and you can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, remember, when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.